So, how did it all begin?
It started about 6 years ago when I was a volunteer with an NGO called Youth for Seva. So I was teaching a bunch of children and I found that knowledge about menstrual hygiene, typically as we know it, was a little lacking. So my colleague Baijanti and I started doing sessions on it. We did most of our sessions in rural areas, rural Karnataka, because we were curious to know how is it that girls are managing their period.
What was the motivation to reach to thousands of girls and women in rural areas?
The motivation to work on ground as such was because the more I saw the existing work on menstruation, I realized that most of it was not grounded in reality. For instance, I'm sure even you would have heard the whole thing of girls are dropping out of school because there's no sanitary napkins. Or in India, only 12% women use sanitary napkins and the others are having reproductive tract infections and whatnot. We did a research and we studied around 100 papers in India, developed and developing countries. And we found that there is no concrete evidence connecting hygiene to health. So this entire talk, which is so common in media and among NGOs, is actually false. There's no basis for it. So this lady told us that when she got her first period, she was made to taste a drop of her menstrual blood, because that was considered to be having the powers of healing her and protecting her from evil. And not just that, in their culture, so when a girl gets her first period and the cloth she uses, that cloth with the stain of the blood is kept, is safeguarded by the mother and given back to the girl as a gift at the time of her marriage. And that cloth is believed to protect her and her entire family from disease or anything bad happening. So this was really surprising and mind-boggling.
So, what have been the challenges throughout this whole venture?
Yeah. When we started, when we were doing the typical work of distributing sanitary napkins, getting funds was very easy because people love to hear negative stories. It's very unfortunate. And even if you are asked to write a proposal, you have to write some sad story. You have to put it like someone is suffering and you're the savior and you're going to make a big difference in their life. That approach, after a while, started becoming very disgusting for us as a team to take. And we decided consciously that we will not sell poverty or sell shame in order to get money. And when we started doing work that was positive, for instance, instead of typically going into a village and teaching people, we started going into a village and learning from them.